Hello race fans, I'm Colonel Failure, and this is Bulldozer Power Season 3. Well, before it begets Season 3, we'll round out Season 2. First, we've just got some paperwork to deal with. You see, you take a vacation for a couple of months there, and you come back and there's nothing but junk mail all over your desk, and people wanting things, and contracts to negotiate, and all this kind of rubbish. Anyway, in the inbox, Ernie Hecklerock has turned up with my prize money. Which is a rather splendid £11 million. I shall endeavour not to spend all of that immediately. Manager of the season goes to Martino Pozzi, I would imagine, of Silver Racing. Well done you. And Espen Roe, who was in fact the champion driver this season, has ended up as the driver of the season, which I'm sure has taken everybody completely by surprise. So a couple more pieces of mail coming in. It's Ernie Hecklerock again. European Racing Series rules voted on over the course of the year are now active. What do we got? So we've got the addition of Beijing A-Track Grand Prix, remove the bonus for the fastest lap, and 31 lap races on average. Good. Meanwhile, in the promotions and relegations, MRT Valbuena have been promoted to the World Sports Championship at the expense of Esprit GP, who have been relegated to the Asia Pacific Super Cup. Meanwhile, in the Super Cup, Ozu have gone up, have gone up from European, whereas Zimpelli Engineering have dropped out. So Gary's slightly concerned about the fact that he hasn't got any work to do at the moment. I've possibly got enough time. Let's have a quick squiz at the calendar here. There's really no help there. What I was kind of looking for is how long have I got to potentially whip up another part before the end of the season. I think I'm going to hang on to the cash, which rightly or wrongly, possibly both, is the way we'll go. I'm not going to build anything this time around because that's not going to do us any favours. But we've still got to design next year's car. Where's the old design centre here? Here we go. So we could potentially grab these here and get them working on their reliability. I don't see why not. We'll do this gearbox as well. I don't think the reliability carries over, but frankly, I've already got everything kind of maxed out that I'm hoping to carry over into the new season, because we've taken some chancy parts. What we're most excited about, these brakes are pretty good, 197. The engine is only so-so. It would be nice to develop a new one, but I don't think I'm going to get the time. Meanwhile, the gearbox, that looks particularly good. A mighty fine gearbox, if ever a gearbox was to be mighty fine. And I'm pretty pleased with that as well. Right. Meanwhile, we've got some mail. There's a thing. Freddie wants to get back to the contracts negotiating. I lowballed him initially, and he wasn't thrilled by that. He said that he wasn't bothered by his wages, but he wanted a long contract. So I offered him a very long contract, and I really took the mickey a little bit with the wages, and he's not really thrilled about that. So let's bump him up. He's on 98 grand at the moment. So if I stick him up to 106, bonus size, we'll add a bonus, and you can have a bonus of 6th or above. At what have I given him so far? 90,000 for 6 or above. Flipping heck, what was I thinking? I was clearly having an off day there. Right, I'm going to offer him 90,000 for 3rd or above. We might need to knock one more into. Actually, you know what? I'll take it. He can have exactly the same bonus again, despite the fact it's not very important to him, allegedly. But I like that in there. We'll see what comes out of this. So we've fired that one back again. Meanwhile, over on the staff side of things, I've got something requiring, not acquiring my attention, requiring my attention, and I don't know. This screen all looks jolly new to me. Known components. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. Yes. Because obviously there's been a couple of updates to the to the settings here, and I'm going to have to fish my way around just a smidge. Meanwhile, we've got a couple of fixed payment sponsors queued up to give me a go here. Offer expires in 3 races. Well, I'm not going to get any more offers on here. So deal length 8 races, $1 million up front, and 180 guaranteed per race. Well, that's FWK. There are my boys, I suspect, especially since I can replace them with something else shortly after. And then in slot 6, we've only got 2 offers at the moment, but that will be more later on. So, well, that's $3.5 million over 10 races. So let's say $3 million over 9 versus $1 million over 6. This is the better offer there, especially if I don't want it up front, which I'm not too fussed about. But I think we'll hang on until the start of the season, see if we get somebody else coming in on that. Hold on, there's a button here that says pit crew. Oh, crumbs. I've got Nigel Crumpet, Brian Longjohns, Denzel Shaughnessy, Sammy Oyendinmar, Miguel Medana, and Vic Becerra there are my team to pay attention to. I'm feeling the fear. We'll have to see how they get on before evaluating whether I want to make some changes on that front. But we're not even in the season yet. Season, come on, let's go. So Freddie's up in my inbox, and he wants to get cracking on the 2018 chassis. Give him the word and we'll get started. Let's... no, we're going to go visit the sponsors first, because that 3rd sponsorship offer has come in. 12 races for $4 million up front. Nice. I think that's... I mean, it pays ever so slightly better than the one we've got on the table already. It is a long-term contract, but we're going to take it. We expect performance this year. That's all there is to it. No longer will we be satisfied with scraping our way into the top 15. This season, we're going to want a couple of podium finishes at the very least. Right, here we go. So, car parts, 7 million quid in car parts. That's what Kurt's managed to stick down the back of the sofa over the course of the year. Right, we'll take that. Takes me to quite a pleasant looking 23. Okay. No, 23's all right. Right, okay, engine supplier. Well, let's... Fuel efficiency is very poor versus base stat modifier. What's a base stat modifier? I think we'll go with the better fuel economy. Yeah, I mean, it's cheaper, better fuel economy, +2 versus +4. I don't know what that base stat is. But I think that's the way we're going to go. Right, fuel. Let's have a look here. So the improvability here. Hold on. Maybe this tool tip will be good. Fuel supplier is of how effective, the efficient. Let's go back to the engine. Maybe that will give me something with regards to improvability. Engines impact fuel efficiency, carbon improvability. Yes. Every engine supplier can add to the starting performance level of your engine. Well, given that my engine performance level is going to be about 200, adding an extra 2 points to that isn't going to do an awful lot, unless I am woefully mistaken. And let's face it, it wouldn't be the first time. Fuel, right? Okay, so do we go double weak? No, I think we'll use the good stuff here. If we've gone for an efficient engine, we may as well go for an equally efficient fuel supply, and that may lead to fewer pit stops. Right, materials. To be honest, I'm very tempted to pay through the nose on all of this. Weak, weak. Versus weak, very weak. Yes. Are we bothered about? Does tyre heating mean they heat up faster? Because that's where I tend to have the most problems. Material supply impacts the car's tyre wear, and better chassis materials will mean your tyres last for longer. So tyre wear will go with the good one versus the tyre heating, and we'll just have to chance that. 23 million. I've got more to spend after this, if I recall correctly, having been through this process once already. Brake suppliers. Okay, right. What do you give me here, brake suppliers? Again, you're going to affect my my wear and my heating. So we can get it up a little, or we can get up a little bit more. 14 million, which is going to leave me 9 and change in the bank. In fact, just shy of 9 million in the bank. But we might as well go with the good. No, I'm going to go with the good stuff. We're going with the good stuff. Apart from what have we taken here? We've taken the medium engine rather than the topmost. Everything else we have gone top of the tree. No messing, no fussing. Yeah, we'll take it. I am committed to this. I'm not thinking it through too much. I am committed to it. Right, okay, there we go. Nice. I'd quite like to colour my car in if that's okay, but maybe we don't get to do that today. All right, well, I mean, as you can see, the car is, look at this, almost 2 stars out of 5. We're probably averaging 1.5 stars out of 5. This fills me with all the confidence it's possible to be filled with. Gary has accepted. So Gary is my race mechanic. He's accepted my contract. That's nice. Good job, Gary. Well done. Welcome back to the team. Nice to have you, etc. News coming in. Zampelli Engineering pickup Wu Yao. Chinese driver Zihua Wu Yao has signed for Zampelli Engineering until 2020. Contract reportedly places her alongside Halmi as an equal status driver, meaning the pair may end up squabbling who has the best car. Wow, that's drivers for you. Meanwhile, Andre Gomez, remember him, who was previously driving for Bulldozer Power, has wangled a move away from the British outfit. What do you mean wangled a move away? I fired him. The 24-year-old will now be driving for Zampelli Engineering. There will be no quarter given, Andre Gomez. My scouting report on Amy McLeod. Let's have a look here. Reserve driver in Spirit GP is brilliant. Very nice. A born leader. Ooh, that's impressive. And modifier applies when in first place. Oh. But even then, I mean, that's pretty radical stuff there. She's also ugly. But I don't think that's slowing her down much. I mean, to be honest, I don't pay these people to appear on posters. Very interesting. I'm basically scouting as many people as possible at present, just purely to fill in what I do and don't know of the drivers out there. So let's get Alexia Pernay. Get that scout going. And we'll also go for Angela Casciani at Wolfhagen Racing. There are some names here I do not recognise. Ho-hum. So it is. Right, okay, so the contract has been agreed with Freddie. Sign that sucker. Meanwhile, Gary has also agreed his contract. Will sign that as well. So the winning team, the winning format in my back room setup, if that's a thing, is all inked. We're keeping the same group we had last year, and hopefully this will pan out nicely for us. We're not quite ready to go for big league the mechanical folk yet, but you know, don't tell them that, because as soon as we do, they'll be out. Right, Freddie's renewed, excellent, and everyone's renewed, and onwards. Oh, aren't we skipping forward quite a lot? Seriously, there seems to be quite a lot of mail in there that maybe I should have read. Oh well, let's go. Right. So, we've got a scouting report on Andrea Floridi. Not a bad driver. So-so. Okay, fine. As mentioned, we're only doing this to fill in the gaps. We're going to get going on everybody eventually. I'm not even being picky now. Vanessa Silveira, yes, he's revealed her interest in the burgeoning world of online racing simulator. Oh, she started playing video games. It's just a great way to practice your overtaking maneuvers, said the 19-year-old who has been regularly competing in online tournaments. Nothing can ever replace the real thing, such as sim racing enthusiast, marketability, and overtaking. Fair play. All right, that's good. Meanwhile, Zempelli have got German driver Niklas Wolfstrath signing on the dotted line. Well, they're welcome to him, frankly. Meanwhile, sources close to Lockhart Motorsport's Oscar Diaz have said to us here at Gazzetta dei Motori that the 33-year-old's retirement is on the cards at the end of this season. I couldn't care less. Alexia Pernay, what have we got here? Hates leading, so she's rubbish in first place. Likes not being in second place. How bizarre, refocused. Only got 5 weeks worth of refocus going on there. What a strange French driver she is. So be it. Right, car improvability. Hello there. From Freddie Cooper, lead designer. Colonel, me and a few of the engineers are worried about the car's improvability over the course of the season. We've had a few preliminary talks to the engine supplier and they think they could help us out for a price, of course. An extra +1 improvability, improvability, £1.5 million. That's a lot, Fred. Right? It's a lot. No, I don't know what else I've got to spend money on. All right, so I'm gonna hang on to the remaining 9 million. Given that I'm burning 1.4 a race, dearie me, and we'll see how we get on. Nothing exciting as far as news is concerned. 3 more scouting reports coming in, but since I'm not hiring at the moment, I'm not even going to bother looking. We'll just queue up the next batch and see how we get on. And meanwhile, if we head over to the car, it's going to be done in March. All right, okay. What's the date now? February. All right, I'm going on holiday. Freddie's back again. He's got another dilemma for us. Oh, terrific. We've been playing around with the new brakes, and it looks like there's some room to significantly improve our tyre heating. However, if we make these adjustments, they'll have a knock-on to our tyre wear. Extra heating, worse wear. No, we'll leave it exactly how it is. We'll just get the tyres a better thermal blanket. Right, it's time to set up our livery. So this is what we were sporting last year, and as you can see, it is pretty delicious. Let's yeah, ooh, yep, okay. Then from the livery pack, oh dear, this livery pack is that someone's just been very upset with Photoshop. This dragon scale thing's not so bad. What else we got going on? Well, that's very futuristic. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll go for a Photoshop skin this year, and I quite liked that one. The sponsors are going to dig it the most because look at them. Pop is the word. Sparkle was the other word I was going for there. Couldn't decide between the two. Particularly like the bullet holes up the front of the chassis. Yeah, we'll take it. That'll do. My assistant Anna Wardell has come in with a unique opportunity. Zempelli Engineering have been in the news lately after one of their engines caught fire in the garage. Oh, sucks to be them. The GMA are calling their work practices unsafe. We have an opportunity with our upcoming marketing materials to exploit this mishap and compare it to our superior working conditions. The chairman might not like it because it's not exactly a classy move, but business is business. Let's do it. Yeah. yeah, let's put the boot in every time we can do so. Especially since that young Buck Gomez is driving for Zampelli this year, and every time he finishes ahead of my drivers, he's going to be rubbing it in. So we'll take the win where we can get it. So this weekend we're taking our 2018 car out for pre-season testing with a small crew of mechanics. This marks the end of a design phase. The rest of the teams will be there too, so we can see where we stand in comparison to our rivals on the grid. Here's hoping that the other teams haven't outdeveloped us. Well, you know, it'll be what it'll be, Fred. See what you can do. Jonathan Weinstein from Channel 6. Kinney is retiring at the end of the Don't Care. Oh, lots of must-responds going on. Luke Finley Maxwell, the teams for the European racing season will soon be starting pre-season. Thanks, Luke. I already knew that. That's some right riveting news, that is. Over here, Anna's back. Pre-season test about to begin. This will tell us whether we're good. All right. Okay. Introduction to weight stripping. I'll hold everything. It's Ernie Hecklerock again. It's important that you know that about a GMA-wide change to car modification weight weekends. Weight stripping allows teams to strip car parts down to the bare bones in order to decrease the overall weight of the car. Stripping a car as parts hurts reliability but increases performance. Any reliability lost to weight stripping is repaired after the race. Teams can perform weight stripping before practice, qualifying and race. However, any reliability lost in a previous session cannot be repaired. Okay, got it. Thanks, Ern. That's terrific. Gary has said, I've been handling the management of the pit crew up till now, but I understand you might want to take charge of them. I probably don't, you know. If they get tired, I don't need to. Yeah, all right. You know what? I may refer back to this, Gary, but you've been around long enough to know that I'm probably not going to read that again, and I'll figure it out as I go. Right, Anna, let's do the pre-season test. Brace yourselves, people. This could be jolly exciting. Start the testing here. Yeah. Silvera's currently... she's getting all the laps in. Nicholas Hazel there is... he's not even on the screen. He's that bad. Silvera seems to be hanging on to 6th, but it's early days. Okay, Silvera, 6th place. Where did you finish up, Hazel? He had gearbox issues. All right, I'll allow that. So he only got 17 laps out there, 35 minutes in total. But his average speed's 3 kilometres off the pace, 3 seconds behind his teammate there. And quite why he's got gearbox issues is frankly beyond me. I'm already starting to regret this livery choice, but we're going back to the mailbox again. Vexala Motorsport leads the way in pre-season testing, says World Sports Network. Big on headlines, thin on detail. Fred comes in. Testing went brilliantly this weekend. Happy to report in strong position. Hazel was 15th. That's not strong, Fred. Silvera was 6th. Designers and mechanics are now ready to get cracking, improving reliability and building some new parts. Should be the order of the day. Right. Kurt, I'll be back in a minute. Let's go over to the part studio here and see what we're lumped with. Okay, right. So 216 out 226. That's all right. 153 163. That's all right. We're all about reliability though right now. So Alex, you can take a back seat initially. We're gonna lump as much as we can. 2 days before race to finish off the reliability. If I just stick the brakes in, let's get the engine in as well. Let's get the gearbox in. Yeah, let's get the suspension in. All right, we'll basically work on everything we can. Gary, I need you to work as hard as you possibly can. The Black Sea is top speed, acceleration, high speed, corners. All right, so we can probably ditch the suspension out of there this time. Yeah, okay, we can probably dump the brakes as well, gearbox brakes. 6 days after race. So both the engine and gearbox should be arguably a little improved before race weekend. Now, having been through this for a couple of seasons now, what we know for a fact is that in this first week, basically anything. No, we don't want to allocate staff. Look, I'm making a point here. Yes, for this first race, basically anything can happen. So we're going to be getting all manner of car failures go on, and this is our opportunity to make something out of that. Right then, a new engine, he said. Or a new gearbox. Well, the engine wasn't as good as the gearbox. Base cost 1.5 million. Let's do it. Okie dokie. Right then, we're going to want... come on, Fred. Tell me what are we going to do? I don't want to use a risky one. Fuel efficiency improved. Snooze? Is this down to my selection? Red zone is reduced by 10%. Okay. Top speed. See, that's what we want. All right, we'll take the fuel efficiency. Okay. Okay, right. Well, you know, we can't... we can only do that on the second iteration of design. This engine's going to be garbage. 173, apparently. Yes. However, at level 2, we get more on the top speed if we want it. 15 to max plus 20 by default. We also get, the level 2 version of this engine could be something interesting. Let's get that going. We'll take fuel efficiency. Since we've optimized our selection early on toward efficiency, then we might as well stick with that, especially given that we are lagging behind the rest of the field by quite a way. In fact, it is our worst part. Brilliant. Who needs an engine anyway? It's Kurt's up here. Now then, it's that time of year where we need to tell I'm going to tell him where we're going to finish. Now this is where the team's going to finish. I have to say that anything above 9th place would be seen as a success by the investors. Are their expectations unrealistic, or can we push a little higher? I don't know, Kurt, is the long and the short of it. I don't know if we're keeping pace with the other teams or if we're slipping back. It feels like I'm making the right moves, man. But honestly, I couldn't tell you. I'm going to go for 9th, which is incredibly boring. But I'd like to keep you happy. And now I've got 23 million quid, which I will spend wisely to get us through the season. I'm going to build the hottest engine you've ever seen, Curtis, and we'll see if that can't get us somewhere. Right, so Anna's reporting back on the Black Sea. It's a 33-lap race. Lap record is 119. There's likely to be some rain. Okay, Garuda Racing have the best gearbox. Bully for them. Tyre compounds, soft, super soft, soft and soft. That's it. Thank you, Anna. Thoughts about the design centre from Freddie. Our design centre is pretty good, but it's not the best in the European Racing Series. I know it's a lot to ask, but if we could get some upgrades, it would enable our team to make part performance improvements so much faster. I think the entire quality of the team would kick on a bit. Thanks, Fred. Well, makes a change. Oh, hello. Nicholas Hazel, you remember him? He's our main driver, or was. Came home from his team's UK HQ only to find his house had burnt to the ground. Everything I owned was in the house. I feel like I've lost part of myself. They've ruled out arson, and they think it was an electrical fault with the driver's high-tech music system. What kind of music system were you using, Nicky? House fire. He's got -1 to everything. Ahead of the first race in the season. That's just perfect. How long is that going to last? 7 weeks. Terrific. Brilliant. Thanks, Nick. I'll burn your flipping house down if you don't perform better when you find a new house. I mean, flipping... God. Crap. Huge anticipation for season opening in the Black Sea. Finally, at the moment, all European racing season fans have been waiting for the start of the new season. Well, actually, that's true. I'm more than aware of people who have been waiting for the new season. Garuda Racing driver Fenger Puppet is feeling bullish. Telling the press conference, our car looks really strong for Black Sea. And we've really put a lot of effort into making sure we give fans from Russia a great show. I fancy Hans 00. Is he still around? Chances this weekend, to be honest, says Michael Tellman, ex-driver and former World Motorsport champion. It'd be no surprise if he walked away with the trophy. He's an extremely strong driver. we never get any love. We just get dissed by everybody. That's all there is to it. Right, let's see how the improvements are coming on. What have we managed to get here? 85 on engine 1. Okay. And then 85 on the gearbox as well is also okay. No, you can't put that in there. I want you to put that one in there. That's it. If we can get, I mean, admittedly, we haven't got much time now, but if we can get 1 or 2% onto our second tier gearbox and engine, that would be a good thing. All right, lads, or rather, Gary. Okay, you good with that, Gary? The suspension's almost done, so we'll swip that out, and we'll bang in, and we ought to bang in engine 1, shouldn't we? Given that it really isn't that pokey. So, as ever, the dilemma confronts us as to which sponsor we're going to select for the race. Do we want Golden Tiger if we can finish 13th? Wan Chai if we think 9th is possible, obviously Northern Harbour for 2nd. Well, I don't think 2nd is likely to happen, but we're going to gamble on other teams being horrendously unreliable in this first race, arguably more unreliable than we are. That's the aim there. And if we get that right, then £450,000 will be taken off the rather expensive setup that we've got going on. Meanwhile, let's have a quick look at what the cars have got going on right now. Let's fit some parts here. So Hazel has currently got all the best kit by the looks of it. Yes, Hazel is rocking the good stuff. Vanessa is rocking just some random filth that we've picked up from the... Oh, look at the performance graph, look. Oh, that's nice. To be honest, both cars perform about the same. It's simply... Well, what if we were to switch over the engine and gearbox and then do that? It's only when it comes to reliability that there's any difference. They're both now content, but I don't want to mix and match in that fashion. So let's have a look at Vanessa here. She's pretty consistent. Got the braking and the corner in there. Not so smooth, not so good at overtaking. Whereas young Mr. Hazel, awful at braking, fantastic at overtaking. I'm giving him the good stuff. His house has burned down. I think he's due a strong performance in this first race of the season. So we're gonna try him out on that. I don't care that Vanessa's angry. Why are you giving me such a piece of rubbish to drive around in, boss? I'm a human being. I need my dignity. Yeah, I should have the best performance. To be fair, you did do better in the trial runs, the trials run at the opening of the season. But I think that yeah, he's well, we're going to chance it and see what we get out of that as we head to the Black Sea.